Hello, hello, hello. Once again, I think we're going to do we're going to call this another testing video. Music algorithm had said, maybe you can check out the Skintone bug fix. Well, in looking at this, I had to create an issue to try to fix it, okay? So the idea here is that if your head and face, are different colored, I may have to have some water here, are different colored than your body, the idea is that this mod would kind of blend those together and make it look more acceptable. It's not gonna somehow make them perfectly match, but maybe it would blend that line or blur that line or somehow make that look better, okay? I don't know how. It's a very super tiny mod, 1.57 kilobytes. So the only way I could think of that to happen is if it went in and somehow tried to blur the two together to get them to meet in the middle of the two different shades of color. I'll be happy if I see any difference at all. This is just so small, I don't know. Now this says, this fixes what you see on your character that amounts to the color difference from head and body, even though the files are actually the same color. Well, they're not though. That's the problem. They're actually not the same color. That's why the easiest fix for this, okay, is to get one texture that covers the head and the body, and you won't have this. Okay, I'm just going to tell you right up front, that's the easiest way to not have this. And I do that by using I'm just going to show you what I use, because I don't have this problem. The only time I have this problem is when I play around with other skin textures, okay? So if you use Beauties of Skyrim, you will not have that problem. Now, I've created the problem by using two different things here. I'm using a face complexion, which only does the head. I don't even know why they create these mods, because you're never going to get that to match the body. It's just, I'm not trying to be mean, it's just silliness. I mean, it's never going to match, and that means it's always going to look wrong. Anyway, unless this mod works, okay? I'll try to give it credit unless this mod works. And then we have this, the UNP normal map for fair skin. So I did those two things so that we could try this out and see how it looks. Now I put the fix mod down here. It's not turned on. Let me find it. There it is. It's not turned on. And I want to show you what we're looking at. And I've already taken a picture of it, and then we'll turn this on and try it. This is also supposed to do the same thing. Again, it's a very tiny mod. I don't know how these are really supposed to work. This one has a lot of favorites, and a lot of people, I guess, are using it. Well, this one has quite a few favorites too, and I guess quite a few people are using it. I don't know. Like I said, I don't see how this is going to work. Let's see, the following. Intend to fix the skin tone bug issue. I just don't know how this is supposed to work. It's so small, I don't know how it would, unless there's some way to get it, like I said, to blur the line between the two shades to get them to match better. Now I'm going to show you the issue I created with those two textures. And you'll see this on Hope, and mine is a pretty drastic difference. But if the mod works, it would still cause some blurring. We would still see some difference. I'm just not sure that these mods are really going to have much impact. But you can see she definitely has a skin difference. Even though one of those mods does say it's a fair skin, it doesn't look like a fair skin at all to me. So this looks a lot like that other skin tone I looked at earlier. A lot of dirt and craziness, but nonetheless, if that fix is gonna work, it should work, right? And we can try a couple of different things. So So you just have to bear with me, okay? Alright, so let's hop out of this and let's turn that fix on. And then I may even try doing things a little differently. But for right now, let's go in and turn the fix on. You know, I guess after I turn the fix on, I'm probably going to do a reset. So, because probably going to be some editing and matching up. So bear with me. I'll try not to take too long. This is one of those things that I almost have to create a problem to solve it and to use the solution. And I'm not sure that that's the best way to go about this. So I'm just going to do the best I can. I usually just don't use anything that creates this mismatch. So let's let that load up. We'll go in and take a look, but I think I'm probably going to need to do a reset. But let's at least give it a chance, and then we'll do a reset if it doesn't look like it's done anything. I just don't know that it's going to do much of anything. I don't know how it would. I mean, I was thinking of ways you could take the values of the shades of color if you know what those values are, and if you know where they are on the shade, wheel, mathematically you could, blend them together. But what all kind of shades of colors and what's all their mathematical representations, is that really going to do anything? And see, I can't tell any difference. That looks exactly the same as it did. And you can see I did a capture of this. I may have done a couple of captures, but I did one that I wanted to use. Yeah, I can't tell any difference. I'm still seeing the same jaggy, same line, I don't see any blurring or anything. So we'll try. I'm going to do a reset and we'll try that, and then I'll try one other thing that I was thinking might possibly be a value. Okay? Alright, so I'll be back in a minute after a reset. Okay, alright. I don't see any difference. I did a reset and I don't see any difference, so we're going to try a different experiment, okay? I did a save here, just in case it makes any difference. I'm going to go try something else. Maybe those textures are too drastically different. So I'm going to try something that might work. If this doesn't work, I'm going to let it go. Like I said, this is kind of a testing thing. I don't see how these would really work, being so super tiny, unless they are made with specific things in mind, or maybe they do specific things, but without us knowing what they're doing, it's very hard to know how to create a test case for it. And does it only work for certain cases under certain circumstances? That's something we don't know. Pardon me. So, okay, so we're down here. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to get rid of this one, because that one, maybe that one's just way too different. I'm going to move this down and overwrite my beauties with that. And see, there should be some difference, but maybe not such a drastic difference, and maybe the mod will work for that. We'll see. So I'm going to have to do another reset and we'll come back in. So just bear with me. I'll be back in a minute. Alright, well, from a standpoint of looking better, that is better. It's still not right, and it still doesn't work correctly. And let me show you. I just don't see how these little mods would do that. I would think it would need more than just like a couple of kilobytes of information to make such a change. and to get those two things to match up, unless it was some kind of little code. So now maybe it works in certain instances. If you're using the exact same things on the face and the body and there's a slight disparity, maybe then it works. I don't know. I couldn't find something to test that with. There may be something out there, but I don't usually use any of those. I usually use a complete thing, and I don't use something that has two parts and maybe the head and the body or something. So these are the ones I was testing with here, and you can see that those still did not work. And you can see that this mod is on and it still did not work. So I'm not sure how much this works or how good it is. It says the load order says below any body mods, so definitely I'm down below where I should be. There's nothing under this that's going to affect anything. So I don't understand how they thought this would work or how they're trying to fix it. It does not appear to make a difference that I can see. That still looks like the same solid line. Looks like the same line that was there before. I don't see any real difference. I don't see any blurring of the line or anything that makes me think that some change has occurred. So I'm just letting you know that. Maybe these little mods have some special way of working, but I'm not seeing it. Maybe I'm not meeting the right requirements. Maybe I'm not giving it the correct problem to solve. That could be. But I don't see that it's making any difference at all. I don't see anything changing. The line is still there and still pretty solid. I would have expected it to at least blur a little or something, you know, to show that the mod was doing something. So alright, so I'm going to call that there, and I'm going to say that this, for my purposes in testing this mod, I don't really see that it does anything. Here again, like I said, excuse me, I may be giving it the wrong problem to solve, or I may not be giving it the problem it's meant to solve. So that's a possibility. I just would have thought I would see some difference, but I'm really not seeing any difference. But the mod is, if you were to want to try it out or test it yourself, the Skintone bug fix. Okay. There is also another one similar, the Master Skin fix. It's about the same size. It probably does the same thing. I don't know how it would be any different. And now a funny thing that I just realized that I read, I think that same fix is supposed to be in this beauty pack. Possibly, anyway. Well, I don't see it. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. Okay. Has an invisibility and eyes mesh fix. I haven't seen... Let's see. No, okay, it doesn't say it has that, so forget that. Okay, so it doesn't say it has that. But Morgan Helson did do a Master Skin fix, which sounds exactly like this, and the mods are similar in size. It's a very tiny mod if you want to try it out. I just don't see that this is doing anything for me. So I think the easiest thing to do is actually use a texture that's covering everything. Then you'll get the same color all over and there won't be any difference. Okay, that would be my suggestion, and it's the easiest fix rather than creating a problem and then trying to find a way to fix it, if you know what I mean. It's easier just to start without the problem. That's just me. I believe in keeping it simple. So alright, thanks for watching. I hope this is of some value. Have a wonderful day, and I will catch you later.